Okay, so in lieu of executive updates, we are going to be listening to a State of the College address from Meghana, if she's ready. I know she just got in.
I'll sit here. Hi, Jason. Hi, Leah. Hi, Regina. Well, hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I formally wrote this speech, so if I change towards being formal, I'm sorry. Okay. But I have to give a state of the college every semester, and I'm going to use this opportunity to just explain things that are happening that I've been encountering around the school, and also just talking about how much we've accomplished, because I feel like sometimes we don't recognize how much we've done in the pursuit to do the things we are doing. So, good evening, Senate. As classes wind down and finals approach, I hope that you all are taking care of yourselves. I want to start with how proud I am of all of you and how grateful I am that you chose to be a part of this organization. Leading during a time of unprecedented change and volatility is incredibly difficult. Together, we have overcome many challenges this semester, and we have accomplished many great things. When I reflect on this past semester, I see incredible progress, passionate leaders, a student body that persevered through the strangest of circumstances, and a university that had to learn how to be nimble in times of unpredictability. I see a bigger picture of progress encompassing the Senate, the Cabinet, and the broader William and Mary community. And now I'm just going to go over things that I've heard from bodies that are not in the student body. The faculty report to the Board of Visitors detailed that faculty are continuing to function in a teaching environment that could change any second. The report acknowledged that the move to in-person has been beneficial for morale, but it also was important to remember the positives from the pandemic, the increased communication, especially within the school. The faculty are preparing for the short term where the pandemic, the new state administration, and the coming increase in undergraduate enrollment will undeniably change the classroom environment. The staff assembly has also reported many changes since the transition to in-person. First, many employees are reporting the emotional and mental toll of transitioning back to campus. These issues are reflected across the nation. Staff members are resigning at higher rates. Less applicants are available for a given role. There are a variety of needs regarding childcare and financial issues, and they have to balance work from home with in-person work. Along with this, during the November BOV meeting, the Wellness Center highlighted the mental health crisis around the country that has impacted here in William and Mary. There is a shortage of counselors, student requests are overwhelming the system, and overall, any member of the university, faculty, staff, or student is facing a higher strain. Moving on to the city. The Student Assembly has maintained strong and positive relationships within the city. I am proud of the candid and respectful manner in which several of us have worked with members of Williamsburg. Despite the labor shortages, more student-friendly stores are opening up in CW. Many students within SA remain passionate and involved with the upcoming Rent Ready program. We have been focusing on making rental properties for students off campus safe, maintained, and high quality for students. That has not been there historically. I will highlight a few initiatives of the Board of Visitors to inform you of upcoming changes and ongoing efforts. Here are select quotes from the BOV's Economic Outlook. The university ended fiscal year 2021 very strong. The university's economic health continues to reflect its strong demand for a William and Mary degree, its ability to respond to changes quickly, to reallocate funds to the university's highest priorities, and continued funding from the Commonwealth of Virginia, particularly for targeted initiatives and capital projects. You can also see many infrastructural changes occurring around campus. ISC4, the Sadler West Addition, Kaplan Arena, the Swim Library side deck, and PBK will be active projects in 2022. Hearth, the Memorial to the Enslaved, is projected to be completed by April 2022. Currently, the BOV is working on creating a DEI dashboard that provides administrators and the public with DEI metrics that track our university's progress in making the community more accessible and inclusive. An issue with high student concern and in the Senate has been divestment. Both the BOV and the Foundation are on track to fully divest in the near future. Members of the board endorsing sustainable goals, coupled with student advocacy, is on track to be successful. A key priority of our administration, and SA broadly, is to request accountability, transparency, and collaboration from the administration while maintaining respect. This past semester, SA has helped create and institute 3 advisory boards with the Provost, the Dean of Arts and Sciences, and WMPD. As SA, we have the unique ability to communicate with administrators and enact change quickly and efficiently. We must not take it for granted, and we have not. I appreciate all of your help with that so far. We must continue to hold our college, our organizations, and our students accountable. According to Nick Anderson of the Washington Post, if anything, scrutiny of William & Mary's record on race has intensified on matters ranging from the names of campus landmarks to the chronic underrepresentation of students and faculty of color. As the Design Review Board focuses on the renaming and contextualizing of buildings and landmarks around campus, we have also focused efforts inward to improve the classroom experience and the overall student experience. These efforts are reflected very strongly within SA, but also within administration. The plan to tackle systemic injustice at William & Mary is an SA-led and initiated initiative. It's progressing and now has funding from the Senate. It now has unprecedented ties with administration, and it has accomplished so much. If you just look at SRI, it presented to orientation aides in orientation this past year. This change is unprecedented and highlights an administrative goal to make any lofty ideal tangible and strategic. But moving on to administrative projects that we have accomplished so much for. If you look at our relationship with Dr. Glover, we are working on implementing DEI training for students. If you look at our past town hall, a key issue was DEI training for organizations that actually received no formal standardized training. We have created working relationships with committees and faculty members across the campus to actively implement tangible goals for improving the classroom experience. Going back to the beginning of my address, our major goal is to create long-standing relationships to implement strategic goals. And through that, we are creating relationships with committees, administrators, and staff members across the university to work on increasing academic diversity in the classroom. We have tangible goals, and we're working on creating relationships that will long outlast our time here at William & Mary. If you look at the Path Forward page for the Student Assembly website as of this morning, you now find that the COVID response team and SA are now delivering food to students in isolation. If you see an email from SA Meals at wm.edu, it's probably Zach telling people that free food is now available if you're in isolation or if you don't have access to groceries. These past 2 examples tell us that when we can't find a solution, SA has proven to be incredibly resourceful. When we see microaggressions and implicit bias in the classroom, we have learned to look past bureaucratic obstacles and make strategic connections to make change tangible. We have learned that as students, as we suffer every month or 2 by undeniable and unpredictable change, we have learned to be resourceful in how we can use our community partners to help students. Within the Senate and Cabinet, the Sankofa Fest bridged faculty, staff, students, and the broader William & Mary community within 1 day. The finance reform initiative going on has been the first of that scale in over 2 decades. The Period Project, which had undeniable impacts on students, has been revitalized after 2 years of COVID. Griffin on the Go and the rapid new expansion of outreach has made SA more transparent and more in touch with students on campus. Within the Public Affairs Department, the issue of on-campus employment and the labor shortage has resulted in a campus-wide initiative to connect students with the broader William & Mary community creating a relationship with small business off campus, and students who need jobs on campus. And those are just a few of my examples. This is an impressive report, but I know that it was not easy. We transitioned from a virtual world into one that was entirely in person. I can sense it in all of you that we have been more tired, spread thin. It's hard to develop a positive working network and friendships when we haven't been physically together in so long. We're all learning how to lead, how to understand each other, and how to work together in a confusing world that seems to be constantly changing. Without culture, it is impossible to be motivated. I understand that and I value that highly, which is why I say that each one of your efforts to improve the student experience for students has not gone unnoticed. We see it and the students feel it. A lot of our work goes unrecognized. No students really know what we do. But trust me, that trickles down into tangible benefits for students on campus. It trickles up into positive relationships with administrators, and it creates a stronger bond between us. That being said, I encourage us to reach out when we need help, to not be afraid to speak our minds candidly and freely, and to use connections made on campus to improve that for our students. Because at the end of the day, everything we do is for improving the student experience. That being said, the state of student assembly is strong. The scale of our projects have been larger than ever before, and we're accomplishing them strategically and smartly. And the state of the college is transitioning from a period of crisis to a future that builds off the lessons we learned during the pandemic. Regardless, the people of SA and the college are strong. So thank you. That was my state of the college. We can have questions if that's in the agenda.
All right, are there any open questions for Senate or executive? All right, thank you.
Bye.
Okay, to move into past, and